Greetings and welcome to Scotty Insider. I'm Jason Mlodzianowski, and joining me today is Matt Kinney, head coach of the Tartan's men's and women's swimming and diving programs. Matt, how are you and where are you?
Hey, Jason, I'm doing well, and I am working from home today in my little kind of secondary office here.
Well, in the midst of a historic season, you're preparing a record 24 NCAA qualifying student athletes between both programs for the NCAA championship. How close were you to that championship when things were canceled, and how did your team address that adversity?
It was Friday, I think March 12th or 13th, and we were leaving Monday morning for NCAA, so just the weekend before. It was a pretty traumatic experience, I think, from the kids' standpoint, from the student athletes, kind of addressing that, just because, we're 95% of the season done at that point. And with the kind of group that we had in such a big group this year, there was a lot of excitement and expectation on that. So managing that disappointment was a big part of that next week. And I think the kids did a great job. We really focused on kind of what they did with the entire season. I mean, we are a sport where our championship meets are kind of our focus more than like dual meets and such. But we had so many records and events and championships with our West Virginia invite, our conference championship, and our fast chance meet that we really achieved a lot of the goals we had set forth. Obviously, getting canceled 3 days before NCAA's began was a huge disappointment, but there was a lot that we could still claim on that.
What are the strengths of the swimming and diving programs at Carnegie Mellon?
So I think we have a lot of strengths. I think the way that our academics and athletics tie in here are a huge factor for the success of the teams. And, the one thing that I was coming in 13 years ago probably worried most about was how they were going to be able to balance that. And we have a team of over 80 student athletes, and they do a phenomenal job of that. And if anything, they make me believe they can even do more because they're volunteering and they're doing extras. But we're getting such great results. I think we haven't really pared down to what we need to do to get the results in the pool while not compromising their academics and their outside the pool life. I think their sportsmanship, the way that they support each other, both in the classroom, in the pool, and socially. I laugh. 2 summers ago, I had 2 swimmer marriages, right? So like separate men and women that were on the team at different years, but that ended up marrying together. I've decided I'm only going to those marriages from now on because the weddings we had like 40 alum at each of those weddings. And I think when you're seeing kids 10 years out bringing back 40 people to their weddings, it shows that the kind of family aspect that it is and what a support. And I do think that's like, it's not unique to us per se, but I think what these kids go through in terms of their academic, what they kind of balance each other out with the rest of their lives, you really see that kind of a thread through the rest of post-college years as well. So they're not like done and not thinking about the team anymore. I've gotten just as many emails from alumni in the last 2 months as I have current members on the team, wanting to know what's going on and how everybody's doing. So it feels like that's a great tie-in and something that I think we're pretty proud of in terms of the camaraderie and the family aspect.
Describe the experience of being a student athlete on the swimming and diving programs. What is unique?
I think what makes the team unique is, we always kind of tell the incoming class, when you come to campus that first move-in day, we do an orientation with their parents. We do kind of coffee and cookies up in the pool balcony with a lot of the upperclassmen that are back early for that first week. From that point on, and actually even earlier in the summer, they're involved with the upperclassmen and they're using them as resources. So that if kids need rides to Target once their parents leave, if they need to figure out where to go eat, if they want to go off campus, they have that already built in immediately. So you come in and the school's doing their orientation week, which is obviously wonderful for the first years, getting to know their hallmates and everything. So they might get to know like 100 first years on their hall or in their dorms, but then they also know another 90 people that are part of the team. So I feel like compared to a non-student athlete, they already have this built-in ease of coming in. It's a little less intimidating because I think the advantage of having the upperclassmen, when you have 60 upperclassmen, 70 upperclassmen that have managed double majors at CMU in computer science or ECE or business, and they're being very, very successful in that, it shows kind of that group think mentality of well, they can do it, I should be able to do it too.
Looking to the future, what are the goals and aspirations of next season?
I think from a team standpoint, our goals are always more about performance. And if we get the results that we want, if people set down their individual goals and our team goals that we talk about, then we consider that a success. So, we had 24 men and women qualify for NCAAs this year. We have 20 of those back next year. And that's a remarkable group to bring back, and obviously our largest group to bring back. So it'd be easy to say, yes, we want more kids to NCAAs. Yes, we want even more relays on the women's side, more individual qualifiers. All of that is very true, but we're not in control of that. I think our biggest goals for next year are getting the team that we have to continue to perform at their best. If we can get 80, 90% best times, we're going to call that a win. And ideally, that helps us set up as our team goals for UAAs and NCAAs from there too.
What impresses you most about your student athletes and Carnegie Mellon culture?
I think the thing that impresses me most about the student athletes in general at Carnegie Mellon is just how they're able to balance everything. I always tell recruits, some of our upperclassmen make it look so easy. It is not easy. It is not easy balancing the academics of a school like this while they're doing 16, 17, 18 hours a week in the pool. Like, there's no denying that fact. And yet watching them, and I know we were talking about the volunteer stuff earlier, watching them not only manage their academics, thrive in their academics, take on extra challenges, succeed in the pool, and then volunteer or doing some things outside the classroom, or even just taking like time if somebody's struggling, like one of the freshmen is homesick or somebody's struggling with something, being able to count on your upperclassmen to be able to go and talk to those kids and kind of support each other as a team. I mean, it's always pretty amazing. We're there to perform, but they're also there to support each other and kind of have that fun environment of like team. And I think that's the piece that I will always be proud of with these kids. They do it better than anybody I've ever seen. So it's really pretty amazing what they're able to accomplish.